My name is Paul Howell. I was born March the 2nd, 1961, Asheville, North Carolina, to Paul William Moore of Rutherfordton, North Carolina, and Carol Jean Howell of River Rouge, Michigan. I grew up in West Asheville, off and on, before leaving Asheville to go to Colorado in 1969, because my mom got married to a guy. He became my stepfather, and he got killed in Vietnam, which led us to being in Alabama, Huntsville, Alabama. So I spent a couple of years in Huntsville, Alabama, before my mom got married again. We went to Germany, West Germany. As a matter of fact, Karlsruhe, West Germany. Well, cut that short, my mom got killed in Germany by her husband, who killed himself. And my little sister and I had to return to Asheville to our grandparents. So I grew up in West Asheville for a period of time from 1971 to 1972, before moving to Mumford Avenue. I must say during this time, though, there was no counseling or nothing for me to deal with the loss of my mom. Or should I say the murder of my mom. There's no counseling or nothing, so I just basically had to freestyle my life from there. And not soon after her murder, I started getting in trouble. From picking up stuff to stealing, whatever. The system just failed me, really. They failed me. So I became one of the first victims, maybe the only victim out of my family to become part of the school to prison pipeline. Because at 13, I was sent to training school for something that I didn't do. But I was sent to training school, and that changed my whole life. That started me on the path to just staying in trouble. So from 13 to 15, I got out, got in program. 16, I was back locked up at High Rise in Morganton. 18, Craggy Prison. 21, Salisbury Prison. 23, CP. Just say 23 years of my life spent locked up. So yes, the system, the people, whatever, everybody let me down. Reparations. Jump there. Reparations, to me, should be fixing the issues created prior to the redlining of Asheville. I don't know much about what happened before then, but the redlining of Asheville, I've seen people get put out of their houses and get put into public housing. And watch families be destroyed because the fathers couldn't move into public housing with the families. So if they want to offer reparations, it's going to take more than money. It's going to take a whole lot more than money, because money ain't going to fix what's wrong. Money's not going to fix what's wrong. I would like to see the black residents of Asheville, North Carolina, that have original ties to this town be compensated with land, business space, and financial help. Because I see the way that they got it set now, with the amount of money they're talking about giving people, it's not going to work, because it totals up to about $7.2 million. And they're not going to give that to nobody. I don't care what they say, they're not giving that to nobody. So I think the thing for reparations need to be realistic. Everybody cannot, understand me, everybody cannot be entitled to reparations for the city of Asheville when they have not been lifelong residents of here, because they haven't suffered. It's one thing to be a lifelong resident here, and your family got roots here. It's another thing for you to move here after everything has happened to everybody, and you move here, and then you want to be compensated too, but you haven't suffered. So they got to find the balance in there where the people that are from Asheville are the ones that's compensated through reparations. And the only way to do that, the only way I see of doing that, is to keep being involved with the community, go through records or whatever, and find these people that are original residents of Asheville. They might not be able to go back farther than the redlining, but yet still, they can go back far enough to find out the original residents here. Myself, I got people here, cousins, kin people here, Millers, Howells, Whitmires, Logans, Twitties, Morris, gosh, so many, Staleys. I mean, I got people all the way here from Asheville all down to Rutherford, Forest City, Spindale, Boiling Springs, Spartanburg, everywhere. And I feel if we can some way connect reparations to the black people that deserve it, we might be able to restore families, family unity. Most of the people that was forced out of their areas were people that stayed like on Mountain Street over here on the other side of the courthouse, Stephen Lee and all that stuff, up on that hill up there. They tore all them houses down and shot them people off into public housing. So a whole lot of them people, since the early 70s, got tricked out of their homes and moved into public housing, and they've been there ever since. People that lost their homes should be the first people up for reparations. Get them people back. You took their property, you took everything from them and put them in housing where they don't have nothing. I go from having my house to having to pay somebody rent. I go from having a house where my family can be together to going somewhere where my husband or my boyfriend cannot come and support the family. I mean, they ruined the black family. Well, definitely one thing that needs to be supported would be sisters caring for sisters. Because we definitely need more eyes in them delivery rooms on our mothers and babies. I'm not sure what the mortality rates are, but I know they have lowered some since with the presence of doulas being in them hospital rooms. Another thing, God forgive me, but I think we need to go back to having separated schools. We need to have separated schools because our kids are not learning in these integrated schools. The teachers are not taking interest in our kids in these integrated schools. That is a major hindrance to our next couple of generations. Not everybody is straight A students and everybody is not trying to be because they're not getting nothing where they're at, where they're being taught at, or where they're being not taught at. So we need to address the educational thing. Definitely need to address that. The prison thing is going to be what it's been forever. As long as there are black kids, black men, black women, they will always have a spot for them in prison. There's no reform for that. No reform, unless you just cut it out. But as long as they can get funding to lock people up, they're going to keep locking people up. And the prime candidates for being locked up are black folks. Like I said, I was locked up at 13. I didn't do nothing. A guy got accused by his mama for his money getting missing, about $8,000. We didn't know what it was, but $8,000. He told his mama that we broke in the house and robbed him at knife point, and we didn't. But they put us on lie detectors and everything at 13 years old. 13-year-old. We nervous. We nervous. We don't know what's going on. So they said we was lying, but we didn't lie. So I went to training school. That time, that changed my whole life. I never have got a break from the system here. Every time I was involved in something, I got locked up. It seemed to just be a major thing for me, get locked up. So, I got kids. I got locked up when my son was 5, my daughter was 3. I didn't see him again until they was 15 and 13. All because I would not snitch. Because I didn't do nothing. I didn't have no drugs, I didn't have nothing. And let's not go into that, but yeah. Now that's what you found in Hillcrest back in the days, in the early 70s like that, nothing but women in all the apartments. They might have a boyfriend coming here and there, but in all them apartments were those single mothers with kids. When I got out of prison when I got out of training school at 15, they had a program for us called the National Youth Program Using Mini Bikes, NIPM, which helped a whole lot of kids that was on the verge of being in trouble. But see, now they didn't shut that down. But I bring that project back because it works. It gets kids to working together, teamwork, working on mini bikes and all that stuff, and get you knowing each other. But no, they don't want to do that. So I'm saying there's stuff that can be used, that has been used, that was proved effective. The reason that it's not being used now because it was effective, and they didn't want it to happen. But you can bring that same stuff back now, and it'll be just as effective today with these kids out here now. My name is Paul Howell, once again, and I am a lifelong resident, off and on, of Asheville, North Carolina. And I am definitely in support of reparations for the black community of Asheville, the original black community of Asheville. People that have suffered and lost. They need to be recompensated.